What is happening, YouTube and weight loss warriors? It's your boy C-Dub, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to give you 5 tips to kick off 2020 with some good weight loss. And I'm going to do it right after this. What is happening? If you're new to my channel, my name is C-Dub and welcome. I lost 125 pounds eating just one time a day, and I started this channel to help you out with tips, tricks, and a little bit of knowledge I learned along the way in my weight loss journey. I hope you become a subscriber and a weight loss warrior into all of my weight loss warriors. Thank you so much for supporting me and this channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And look, I got the good for you today. I'm talking about 2020 is happening. It's happening right now. I'm getting this video posted bright and early. So when you wake up and it's a brand new year, a brand new decade, your boy's got your back with some tips to help you kickstart this thing. And I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to hop right into it. So let's start with tip number 1. Start slow. Don't rush into the new year overwhelming yourself. I can't stress it enough. I can't tell you how much I feel like you set yourself up to fail when you make your goals too large. If you're morbidly obese and you're watching this and you're starting 2021 to change, you can't make it happen in one day. Start with something small, and that depends on what your journey is and what your goals are. It can be anything from a short-term, 16-hour fast, all the way up to moving more. But don't get up and say, I'm going, oh man, I'm going to lift weights, I'm going to go run, I'm going to eat keto, I'm going to do it all, and I'm starting off right now with it. Because if you're doing that and you're watching this video, I'm telling you now, you're going to be setting new goals in a couple of weeks because you're most likely not going to make it. If you can handle changing all of that in your life in one day, you are just an absolute beast. Most of us can't do it. I couldn't do it. I started out on a 16 and 8. Don't forget it. And I grew myself into OMAD, and I grew myself into walking and lifting weights, and all of that stuff happened over the course of a year, not overnight. So take it slow. Build on your momentum, one thing at a time. That's my first bit of advice. Number 2, this is the one that I hope gets through to you. Diets fail. Diets are fake. Diets are lies. And I know people are going to jump on me right now and say, oh no, I do this one or I do that one and I do this and I do that. If you're putting it as a diet, it's going to fail for you. And let me explain. So you see, what we do, the term diet literally means short term. And if you're looking at this and you're saying, I can eat a certain way for a certain period of time, you're going to have some success and you're going to fail at it. I want you to understand that statistically speaking, 3% of your body size is what people generally lose whenever they go on a diet, and they gain back 4 to 6%. So if you think about that, you're going to gain it back when you get off of it. It doesn't help you in the long term. And if you have a certain number you have to reach to, a diet can really help you. If you're 5 pounds away from where you want to be for your wedding, you can diet those 5 pounds down. You can make your goal. You can look good for your wedding, and then you're most likely going to hop that weight right back on you. If that's just what you want to do just for that one day, go for it. But if we're talking about long-term success, we're talking about a diet isn't the way to go. Now, I know before my keto people jump on me and my vegan people, my paleo people jump on me and say, no. I want you guys to understand that if you're doing this long-term, then keto is your lifestyle, or paleo is your lifestyle, or carnivore is your lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's what you choose to do from this point forward for the long term, and you're going to have success with that. But I also wanted you to keep in mind that there have been studies that have proven, and I'll link one in the description right here, that a low-fat diet and a keto diet actually produce the exact same results. They took 106 people, 53 keto, 53 people that were doing low fat, and they put them in the same field, and they looked at the results after a year, and an equal number of people had success and an equal number of people failed, and most of them just came out of it the same way they started. They just quit somewhere along the way, or early on in a lot of cases. So, and both groups did have, like let's say 10 people that lost 40 plus pounds. So it showed that they can do it, but again, it's not really something that's going to be sustainable if you don't continue to do it. And that's what I'm driving home here. Lifestyle change, not a diet. Tip number 3. I want you to look at 2 different things here. I want you to understand that there's weight loss and that there's fitness, and that these things are not the same thing, and that you need both of them in your journey. And they will complement each other and they will help out each other, but ultimately they're different. And I think you should start looking at them that way. And what do I mean? The scale's moving down because you're in a calorie deficit, because your body's burning more fat. These two things definitely happen. And there's relatable and debate on whether, the calories in, calories out, or the whole calorie deficit is real. Some people will say, no, it's all about teaching your body to burn fat for fuel instead of carbs and all of that. And there's elements of truth in all of it. But at the end of the day, whether your weight is going down or not has nothing to do with the physical shape you're getting in. And so if you can start to separate those two things and understand that the better my physical shape, the more weight loss will come, but I don't need to better my physical shape right off the bat won't result in weight loss, in other words. So if I'm in there and I'm walking more, I'm going to the gym and I'm adding fitness into my life, it will relate in long-term weight loss, but not short-term weight loss. So it's two different things, and I think you should judge them that way. But you need both elements if you want to be a healthier, happier you. There is some endorphins that happen when fitness happens. It's not going to happen over weight loss. There's just a better all understanding of self-image and pride when you're doing more exercise. So I'd like to see you look at these two things as different journeys, but that work together with each other. And I'd like you to add a little more fitness into your life in 2020. Number 4, I'd like you to write out goals, and not big giant goals, little short-term goals. And when you accomplish that goal, write another goal. But I think when we put it on paper, we have a better commitment to understanding what it is we want to do. You can also write it in like eyeliner or something on your mirror. So if you're brushing your teeth at night and you're like, my goal was to get 5,000 steps, you look up at the mirror and it doesn't have 5,000 steps, you can put down your toothbrush and go get your steps in. Whatever the goal is, whatever the situation is, if we put it on paper, it tends to happen more. And don't overwhelm yourself with too many of them. Just tackle one at a time. And when you get it down, move on to the next. If you're nailing 5,000 every single week, then you have another goal the next week, whatever it is, not snacking between meals or whatever you want to make your goal. I'm not here to judge it, or I'm not here to tell you what it is, but write it down and it'll happen easier. Number 5, and this is the one that I think, again, people are going to have the most trouble hearing, but I have to say it. I just have to say it. I want you to understand that if you're going to hit the thumbs down button because of this part, self-reflect a little bit, because this is the most important message in this video. You have to stop making excuses, and you have to stop lying to yourself. Telling yourself the reasons why you fall off track and not taking ownership of that is going to put you into a situation in 2020 that puts you behind the 8 ball. If you're going to sit down and say, well, I had this going on, so I'm going to slip off the tracks a little bit, or yeah, I can't say no to my friend when they're in town, or that's just the way I am. I can't get the steps in because I'm overweight and my this hurts or that hurts or whatever. And I'm not saying you got to jump in and do 20,000. That's not what my point is here. But my point is you have to hold yourself accountable for the situation you have put yourself in, and understand that you are the only one that has the power to change that. And that you can't change it if you do two things. One, if you're negative about yourself and you beat yourself up all the time because of past decisions you've made. You've got to understand that those decisions have been made. I cannot change them, but I can change tomorrow's decision. I can change the decision that I'm in the moment right now. I can look at the situation and I cannot make an excuse for why I need to get off of what I'm doing, and I need to move forward with what is right. It is best said in the recent Frozen movie that I watched with my sons and my wife, and it is simply the best thing to do is the next right thing to do. You have to do what's right next, not what was right yesterday. You've already lost that opportunity. But the next thing you need to do is the next right thing. And if you can continue to do that, and you can continue to stay positive about yourself and understand that you may have a hiccup here or there, but I'm going to hop right back on track and I'm going to grind through it. I'm going to do whatever's necessary. And when I fail, I am not going to look to others to figure out why I failed. Even if they are partially to blame, I'm going to directly look back at me and figure out what I could do differently to put myself in a better situation in 2020 and a better situation the next time one of these difficult situations comes about. Because they're going to be there, and you really, at the end of the day, only have you. I'm not going to be able to help you in the moment. You can put on my video and get help, sure. But in that moment, that decision's going to be yours, and you've got to make the right one. So that's all I got for you. I know you're going to see right here is my 12-week free fitness plan. Join it. Listen to it if you don't know where to get started. It'll help you out, and my face is popping up right here. Click on it. Subscribe to this channel. The information that I give you is priceless, but the subscription is free. So just join up. Hook up with your boy C-Dub. I'll catch you on the next one. Happy New Year, everybody. Peace.